Hi guys, and welcome back, and today I thought we would do a fun video. I'm going to show you or take you through my most repurchased makeup. Now, as you can imagine, I do have a vast collection of makeup. I've been doing YouTube for 5 years, and during that time my makeup collection has expanded exponentially. But there are some core products that I keep going back to time after time, and I think it does say something about the quality and the performance of the products to the fact that I keep on choosing them. So I've got an array of makeup here, and I'm going to take you through it. I have excluded mascaras. I usually use a L'Oreal mascara if it's Drugstore or Clarins for high end, and those I do rotate on quite a regular basis, and I'm always sort of flittering around looking for the next best thing. But apart from that, I have got some blush, some lipsticks, powders, foundations, eyeshadows, etc. So I'm going to start off with powders, and one of my most repurchased compact powders. Ironically, I do not have one with me. I need to actually repurchase, and that is the Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless finishing or setting powder for oily combination skin. I have been through many pans of that, and I just love it. It does a really excellent job of controlling my oil breakthroughs throughout the day, and it is one that I would highly recommend, and it's also relatively affordable, so really do love that one. Another powder that I have purchased on the regular is the Revlon Photo Ready Candid Powder. I finished this one up quite recently. I'm not sure that I would repurchase this because I do have quite a few other powders to get through, but I really have enjoyed using that one, and I think I've purchased about 3 or 4 over the course of time. And then yet another powder that I really enjoy using is the Rimmel Stay Matte. I have a couple of these on the go at any given time. I often carry one in my handbag for touch-ups during the day. I really do love this. It's also, I find it's fantastic for my combination skin, just to kind of mop up oils throughout the day. This did disappear from South African shelves for a while, but I see that it is now back, and it really is great value for money. So really do like that one and have repurchased a few times. And now onto some foundations. So the first one I'm going to start with is the Estee Lauder Double Wear. I was using this long before YouTube, but I really do love this, and I have bought many bottles of this over the past and will continue to purchase. I would be as bold as to say that it probably is my holy grail foundation. Not one that I use every day, but it really is bulletproof, and if I'm looking for something that is fail-safe, if I've got an event on or a really long day ahead, then I do reach for this one. Also, the shade range, I've got a shade that matches me perfectly. I'm in 3-in-1 and just can't go wrong with this, so we'll continue to repurchase. And then I have the MAC Studio Fix foundation. They've just reformulated. I did pick up the new version. I still have some of the old formulation here, and I really do love this one as well. I find that it's probably not as bulletproof for me as the Estee Lauder, but it really is a beautiful one in terms of coverage. It does give you a flawless finish and very easy to apply as well. So have bought quite a few of those over the years. And then a cream to powder MAC foundation is the Studio Fix Tech cream to powder foundation. I've bought a couple of these over the years. I have bought them in various different shades. This is C3N.5, a really brilliant match for my skin. I love that this is portable, nice and compact. You can pop it into your handbag for touch-ups. I love that it gives a flawless finish on the skin. It does give me a little bit of shine throughout the day, but I just love that it just looks so beautiful from the minute you apply it to the minute that you take it off. It's just got that, it doesn't settle in pores. It's just got a really beautiful, flawless finish to it. So really love that one as well. And then onto concealers. One that I have bought consistently is the Chanel Le Correcteur. I've actually got it in 2 different shades. I fell in love so much with it that I decided to get a perfect match. I combined 2 shades, but there is a little but with regards to this. The most recent one that I purchased seemed to be a little bit off. It just seemed to have separated slightly, and I have been reading some not very good things about Chanel. They've taken a whole lot of things out of their formulations. They've reformulated a whole lot of their powders, and some of the things have really just gone down the toilet, for lack of a better description. And so I'm not sure if I would repurchase these again, but I have repurchased them quite a few times. I really did enjoy them when I first started using them, and just a pity that there is possibly a slight formulation change with those guys. So those will no longer be on my rotation. Oh gosh, I almost forgot one of my other holy grails. This is the Drugstore L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Foundation. Just saw that lying there. And this one I've purchased many times over the years. And again, I was using this way before I was doing YouTube. In fact, YouTube made me buy this back in the day. And I love this one as well. It just really is brilliant. I just love that I have a perfect shade match. I am in the shade 220 Sand. And it's just a really long wearing formula. It looks really natural on the skin. It's not cakey. You can build it up. So really do love that one. Just love the performance of it. So that one I would highly recommend. And now on to eyeshadows. So of course it is going to take a long time to hit pan on an eyeshadow, but I've got a couple that I've hit pan on and will repurchase and have repurchased in the past. And the first one is Omega from MAC. This is such a versatile eyeshadow. You can use it as a contour. I use it in the crease, contour under the cheekbone, should I say. You can use it as a nose contour. It really is just such a versatile shadow, and I already have my backup over here. Really do love that one. Another eyeshadow which I have been buying religiously over the years, probably for the last 20 years or so, is a MAC shadow called Quarry, and it's a kind of a lilac-y neutral is the only way to describe it. It's got a little bit of a pink tinge to it. I'll see if I can swatch it, if it's going to look like anything on the back of my hand. It really is, again, it's one of those inimitable shades. I've never found a dupe for it. There, you might be able to pick that up, but it really is a beautiful transition shade if you're wearing kind of purpley lavender eyeshadows. Just beautiful, and I have bought it several times over the last 20 years or so. Another MAC shadow that I have bought on repeat is one called Sable. It is the one that I have on my mobile lid today. It's a beautiful kind of bronzy shade. It's got a kind of shift to it. It's got a little bit of, I would say, purple or lavender in it. Let's see if it's going to swatch for you. And it also has not a shimmer, but it is not metallic. The word escapes me, but it is that kind of, it is a kind of shimmery shade, and I really love it. I mean, the quality is just superb. It's really beautiful on green eyes, brown eyes, or blue eyes, in fact. Just a lovely one. So I have purchased this many times over the years, and again, it's one of those shadows that I have yet to find a dupe for. So really love that. And then I have MAC Sandstone. This is a great transition shade. Again, just a neutral kind of brown. Really, really versatile. Have bought that on repeat and really do love that one. And then on to lip liners. So there is one that I used to purchase religiously, and that was from Clarins. And it looked very, very similar to this, and the shade was called Rose Nude. This is called Nude Beige, if I'm not mistaken. And gosh, where is the name? It might have been sharpened off. But anyway, they did away with Rose Nude. They have now got a whole lot of other lip liners, and they are all the same shade of like a neutral beige. So there it is there. And unfortunately, I love the texture of this, and the Rose Nude used to go with absolutely everything. But as I say, has been discontinued, but really did love the texture. And when it was around, I used to buy them, not quite by the dozen, but I used to buy a couple at a time. And I thought that this new shade would be a replacement, but unfortunately it's not. And then a blush that I have bought a couple of times, and of course it is very difficult to use up a blush as well when you have the amount of blushes that I have. This one is from Wet n Wild, and it is in the shade Pearlescent Pink. It's really just such a beautiful shade. I'm not sure if you're getting there's some glare coming through, but it's just a gorgeous pink, and it's got a little bit of a sheen to it as well, and that's what I love about it. On mature skin, it's not so much a sparkle, it's just a real kind of sheen. I'm going to see if I can apply some, see if it comes up. Oh, I don't even have a mirror in front of me, but I love applying it to the apples of the cheek. Just really is beautiful. So this one I have bought a few times. I used to have it in the old rectangular packaging. Just a lovely one. Really love it. So that is from Wet n Wild. And then a product from Benefit, in fact a couple of products, the Gimme Brow Pencil. I love these. I've bought them many times over the years. I just find that they've got the right shade. I'm usually in shade 3. It doesn't pull red on the skin or orange in my brow. It's just a perfect shade, and if I don't know what else to buy, I just reach for one of these because I just know that they're not going to let me down. And then also from Benefit is the brow setter. This is the brow gel. I love this. It really sets like nothing else I have found on the market. And what I love about this product is that you can buy it in the mini version. This is the mini. I prefer to use the mini because I do find that the wand gets a little bit gunked up over time when you are pulling it through your brows, and you might have a little bit of makeup on your brow. It does get a little bit gunked up. So with a mini, you don't have to, hang on to it for months and months on end. You can dispose of it and get yourself a new one. So really do love that. And then we have a couple of lipsticks. So the one that I have bought a few times over the years is Twig from MAC. This is a beautiful satin. It's a kind of nudie pink or browny reddish pink, I think you can describe it as. There it is there on the back of my hand. It really is a lovely one. And I did discover that when I replaced it a few months ago, it might have been towards the end of last year, the shade had slightly more pink to it. So it wasn't exactly the same as the Twig of old, but I actually prefer it with a little bit more pink to it because you don't end up looking like a cadaver. So I really appreciate that about it. So I'm not sorry about that change. And then I have a lipstick from Revlon. Now this was one of my all-time holy grail lipsticks, and it is in the shade Rum Raisin. I have got a backup, and this is the current one. Now I don't reach for this as much as I used to because I have found a couple of replacements in the MAC line, one being Retro, which is a very, very similar shade. But before I discovered Retro, I used this, and the amount of compliments I get when I wear this is just astounding. And it looks almost identical to Twig. I'm actually going to swatch them. I'm going to swatch them close together so you can see what I'm talking about. I can see a difference, but I don't think the man in the street's going to be able to. So there is Twig, and right next to it is Rum Raisin. So the old Twig probably wouldn't have been as close in shade, but the new Twig is very, very similar. So Twig is there. It's got a little bit more pink to it. And then you have Rum Raisin, which probably pulls a little bit more brown. But honestly, the difference is negligible. Unless you're a makeup fundi, then you will see the nuance there. So anyway, so that was one of my holy grails. I also love the texture of it, of the Revlon. It's just really beautiful on the lips. And there's just something nostalgic for me about this lipstick. It just, because I have been wearing it for so many, many years, I think I will always have one in my stash. So that is from Revlon. And then finally, the last lipstick I'm talking about is Breathless from Elizabeth Arden. It is the one that I have on my lips today. I have bought many of these bullets over the past. They do last a long time. Every time I replace the Breathless lipstick, the packaging has changed. So there is a new one out now. It's in a different packaging. But again, I think I've also got a little bit of a sentimental thing about this lipstick. It was the one that I used to wear to work when I worked in advertising. It was just my go-to every day. Those were the days when I probably only had 3 or 4 lipsticks in my stash. But I just really love this one. It's a gorgeous pink. I'm going to swatch it for you. And I haven't found another brand that is able or has got anything close to this. In fact, probably not even MAC. I must say, I don't think I have researched it enough. But nonetheless, that's what it looks like. It's just a real rosy pink, and it just looks beautiful in the day. Just a gorgeous, absolutely stunning daytime color. And again, as I say, there is something probably a little bit sentimental about it rather than the actual lipstick itself, if that makes sense. So guys, let me know what some of the makeup items are that you repurchase on a regular basis. And when I say regular, it might even be every 2nd or 3rd year if it's a foundation, but that product that you keep going back to. Let me know in the comments down below. I'm always fascinated to see what it is that people continue to repurchase. And also let me know your reason. Maybe it is sentimental. In my case, definitely with some of these products, they're things that I really just don't want to be without, even though there might be something that actually works just as well. I really have a kind of affinity for these products. So let me know what yours are. I am going to leave you with a link to the video on my most repurchased skincare products. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Ciao, ciao.